right, now that I'm in charge of this brewery, there's gonna be some changes around here. For one thing, no more t-shirts or dungarees in the workplace.
Number 10. Unleashing the Rancor.
Oh, honey, a fur coat. Thank you.
Well, it's not real fur. It's actually made from bald eagle. And it's weather-treated with a mixture of whale skin oil and children's tears.
How cartoonishly evil is Carter Pewterschmidt? He keeps a Rancor beast on his property like a Star Wars villain and feeds it unwanted visitors who are sent through a trapdoor.
Well, Mr. Greenberg, I'd like to see you try to seize my assets after battling the Rancor.
We see Carter try to get rid of a lawyer in this way, in order to avoid a devastating lawsuit. But fortunately for the lawyer, he's able to slay the beast with his Jedi skills.
Huh. Didn't realize Greenberg was a Jedi name.
Judging by the skeletal remains found on the floor of the Rancor's lair, it's safe to assume that Carter has used this method of bumping off troublesome guests several times before. Number 9. Wanting to put toxic metals in Pawtucket beer.
All right, now that I'm in charge of this brewery, there's gonna be some changes around here. For one thing, no more t-shirts or dungarees in the workplace. Dungarees are jeans.
Carter Pewterschmidt is a cutthroat businessman whose interests often come at the expense of the environment. When Carter buys the brewery that Peter works at, he tells everyone at a meeting that he wants to save money by making the cans out of toxic metals.
Mr. Pewterschmidt, what you're ordering is illegal.
I don't care about that. I want our beer cans made from the cheapest material possible.
But sir,
What about those metal toilets where prisoners make wine? Use those.
This business decision horrifies everyone in the room, including Angela, who thinks that it's one of the worst things anyone has ever done to beer. While Carter has a financial obligation to maximize profits for his new company, it shouldn't come at the expense of his consumers' health.
Sir, an anonymous whistleblower in the brewery says you've personally ordered the sourcing of cut-rate, potentially toxic canning materials.
God, you're gorgeous.
Number 8. Persuading Brian to make marijuana illegal again.
What's this? It's your novel, Brian. Faster than the speed of love. Ready to ship out tomorrow. All you have to do is publicly come out against pot.
After Quahog legalizes pot, the town sees a lot of benefits come its way. One of the few people who aren't happy with this move is Carter, whose profits are hurt by the decision.
I had to sell my Bangles records. I was still working on memorizing all the words. My back is hurting from the chair I'm sitting on. Where's the Tylenol? If I lay down flat on the floor, it usually kinda fixes it.
To reinstate a ban, he gets Brian to help him with an offer he can't pass up. To get his book published, Brian ends up sacrificing his principles and making something he loves illegal. Also, Carter can make a little more money.
What's this? Is this an Oprah Book Club sticker? I think it is. Wait, really? Oh my God. Plus, I can get you a night in bed with Oprah. Okay, just the sticker then.
To make things worse, the book turns out to be a flop, leaving Brian further crushed. Number 7. Being anti-Semitic towards his family.
Mom, you're Jewish?
I'm sorry I never told you, dear. When we were married, your father made me conceal the fact so he could get into country clubs.
It was the right thing to do.
It was the right thing to do, dear.
In this episode, Lois is surprised to find out that she has Jewish ancestry on her mother's side of the family. The reason that her mother, Babs, never told her the news is that Carter was ashamed of his wife's Jewish heritage and wanted to keep it secret for social reasons. The pressure that Carter put on Babs was something that she ended up regretting.
Lois, what Peter is doing to you is exactly what Carter did to me for years. He's repressing your Jewish identity.
Instead of offering support to help Lois process this part of her identity, Carter taunts his wife and daughter with an insulting stereotype by using money as a bait in a trap.
Salmon! There's salmon over here!
Is there really salmon over there?
No, you walk over there and he squirts you with a squirt gun.
Number 6. Knocking Meg unconscious.
what you got there?
Oh, this? It's a gun.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I'm going to kill you.
Daddy, what are you doing?
Your fat bastard husband ruined me. I lost my home, my money, and perhaps just as serious, my wife left me.
Coming up with ways to raise money in order to rebuild his father-in-law's fortunes, Peter decides to sell pot to Meg. As if selling drugs to a teenager doesn't seem unethical enough, Carter comes from behind and knocks Meg out cold to rob her of the newly bought cannabis.
What the the hell was that for?
Now we have the pot and the money.
He's so focused on cutting down on costs that he thinks nothing of the danger that he puts his granddaughter through or the long-lasting effects of being knocked unconscious. Poor Meg never did anything to deserve this treatment, nor did Carter do anything to deserve his riches in the first place.
All right, buddy, we did it. We're rich.
We? Go to hell, you fat peasant.
Oh, crap.
Number 5. Refusing to pay Lois's ransom.
I'll tell you one thing, I still regret not going to my junior dance.
Bringing up a high school memory, Lois offhandedly mentions a junior prom that went awry because she was kidnapped by dangerous criminals. A flashback then cuts to Lois desperately pleading for her father to pay a ransom, only to be coldly rejected by Carter because negotiating with kidnappers isn't something he believes in.
Daddy, if you don't do what they say, they'll kill me.
Sorry, Pumpkin, you know we don't negotiate with kidnappers. Family policy.
Daddy, no, please, please.
This was clearly a traumatic experience for Lois, made even more painful by her father's laying out that her safety was not one of his top priorities. What's more disturbing is wondering how she got out of that mess.
She'll be all right.
Number 4. Trying to bribe Peter into not marrying Lois.
Peter, what do you think of this bronze statue?
It's nice.
It's early Etruscan.
Oh, get out of here.
No, seriously.
Oh, that's great.
Ever since Carter and Peter met, the two have rarely gotten along, with their relationship mostly consisting of the former ridiculing the latter.
Why do we gotta stay with your parents? You know, sometimes I get the feeling they don't respect me.
In Death Lives, we find out that Carter was so opposed to Peter marrying Lois that he cut $1 million check to bribe Peter into breaking things off with her.
Now listen, Griffin. I want you to take this and stay away from my daughter forever.
$1 million?
$1 million.
No deal. Lois may be worth $1 million to you, but to me, she's worthless.
It would be one thing if Carter had done this to protect Lois and do what's best for her, but he's proven time and time again that he doesn't care about her happiness or well-being. Carter only wanted Peter out of Lois's life so that he wouldn't be constantly annoyed by an imbecile of a son-in-law, even if such a marriage would make his daughter happy. Number 3. Having his son committed.
Hello, Pumpkin.
Hello, Daddy?
Did I miss your piano recital?
No, Daddy, I'm in my 40s now.
Good God!
After witnessing a traumatic event from his childhood involving his mom and Jackie Gleason, Patrick Pewterschmidt was sent to a mental asylum. Instead of showing support for his son, Carter never bothered to visit Patrick at the asylum and had his existence kept a secret from his two sisters.
Do I have a brother?
No, don't be silly.
'Cause I found this picture.
Oh, Dick, thank God you're here. Talk to her.
Sure, Patrick turns out to be incredibly dangerous, but we have a tough time thinking Carter's decision-making benefited anyone but himself. Not only is this unspeakably cruel to so coldly reject Patrick, but it leads to another shocking revelation for Lois when she eventually finds out about him. Upon this discovery, Lois is mad that she had been lied to once again.
The hospital called and said you released Patrick. Have you lost your mind? He's incredibly dangerous.
Oh, well, that's ridiculous. Patrick is a very nice man, and you should be ashamed of yourself for locking up your own son.
Number 2. Cheating on Babs.
Mr. Pewterschmidt, I remind you, this is on the record.
You ever been with a man who's got a prostate the size of a beefsteak tomato?
Carter has made it plain as day that he doesn't care about his wife and isn't above committing infidelity if someone else comes along. When Carter falls in love with TV reporter Trisha Takanawa, he even has his wife committed to a sanitarium because of how she responds to him leaving her.
And I'll tell you, I don't know why they call it a sanitarium. That place is a filthy hellhole.
Oh, my God, that's awful.
Sorry, what'd you say? I was texting Trisha. She just sent me a picture of her smoothie. Looks good, babe.
Then there's the time that he cheats on her on a yacht. Carter tries to come up with a slew of excuses, but each one only makes the whole situation worse.
Mr. Pewterschmidt, you're having an affair? Ew!
No, this is my sister.
Ew!
No, I'm impotent.
Ew!
Whatever the reasoning for Carter's sleeping around, it only reflects negatively on his character. Number 1. Withholding the cure for cancer. Research funded by one of Carter's companies was able to discover the cure for cancer, but Carter decided to keep it to himself because of, you guessed it, the money.
Why the hell would you keep it buried like this? Well, I'll tell you why. Because there's far more money to be made in treating a disease than in curing it. Why cure someone of cancer in a day if we can treat them for a lifetime and bill them every step along the way?
This list has provided examples of Carter's love of money holding back progress, hurting close family members, and endangering society with toxic pollution. However, this selfish motive is on a diabolical scale that dwarfs every other terrible thing he's ever done.
So what? So I found the cure for cancer and didn't announce it. Big deal. I also took a dump today and didn't issue a press release.
Oh, that's interesting, because I did.
Good for Peter. It's about time the media covered something positive.
He's willing to let millions of people die of a horrible disease so he can make a few extra bucks.
We're all sitting here in front of the TV awaiting the big announcement. Remember the one that's gonna benefit all mankind? The one you promised to make for me, your daughter?
I lied.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from Watch Mojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.